Hey, I'm James from Smoking at Barbecue. When you ever have one of those meals that immediately transports you back to a place and a time where you have an amazing memory? Well, this meal does it for me because this takes me back over a decade ago to a beach in the Dominican Republic where I had Lobster De Papi, and it's there that I discovered this dish, which is a lobster curry cooked with a wood-fired oven. And ever since I've had my La Piazza Piccola wood-fired oven, this has been high on my list to recreate. So let me tell you exactly how we're gonna make it. Let's get our oven ready. Remove any ash from our last cook. A nice clean deck surface will just help any ash moving around and blowing into our food. We definitely don't want that. It's also a fortuitous time for me to mention I have a save 30% code on the tool set that La Piazza offers if you're interested. Put the details down below. So we're gonna start with a heat soak fire. We wanna get heat all throughout our floor and into our insulation so that we've got that radiant heat to cook with. I'm going with half-size splits because this is going to not take as long, but I also don't want to get the deck too hot to the point where we're just waiting for a long time for that to cool down. Let's grab our Go Blazer Go gun, fire this up. Install the base of our door to help trap the heat while it's coming up to temperature. While our wood oven's coming up to temperature, we can give our rice a quick toast. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of olive oil. I've thoroughly rinsed our rice already, so it started off as a cup and a half, so I'm a cup and a half rice to 3 cups water. We're gonna add this in until it starts to take on a nutty smell. Okay, you can maybe see on the camera that's starting to get a bit of a brown translucent-ish color to it, and I can smell what smells like popcorn, so I'm gonna transfer this off. We're gonna add in our water and bring that to a boil. Using the same pot so we don't lose any of that flavor that we've started to build, add our 3 cups of water. We're gonna season our water, bring this to a boil, and then we'll add our rice back in. While our water's coming up to boil, let's check our fire. Move our coal bed to the back corner, and we'll add a couple more splits. So I was too slow getting those new splits on, and I didn't have them off to the side preheating here. So that I don't get any sort of bad smoke and just have to wait the extra couple of minutes, I'm just gonna give that a helping hand with one more hit of the torch so we clean that smoke right up. Perfect, let's go check our rice. It's a great thing about these induction tops is they take absolutely no time. So let's add all of our rice that we already toasted in. We've already seasoned our water. This is quickly coming back up to a boil. Reduce the temp just to hold a light simmer and cover this for 18 minutes. I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of butter into our pan. We'll finally dice a few shallots and then add into our pan. In we go. Next, we'll coarsely chop some Italian parsley. Set that aside. We're going to prep our lobster tails by having them sit up on top of the shell. So to do that, we're going to cut right down the middle here, work our way all the way towards the last bit of the tail. Then we're going to release the tail from the shell, pushing through so that it sits up on top of the shell, just like so. Take a fast forward while I do the next 4. Perfect. There we go. Our timer's just gone off our rice, so I'm going to turn the power off on the induction top and let that rest for 10 minutes. Let's go check our fire and get our onion sweating. I added my next few wood splits just to the outer door on the deck here to get a little bit of heat in there, so hopefully these will catch a little bit easier. So just while we're waiting for that flame to catch, let me show you what our deck temperature is so you get an idea for simmering. We are right at 425 degrees. That is perfect for simmering. Let me grab our pan. In we go. Tablespoon of curry powder. Okay, our shallots are feeling soft, starting to sweat out. So now I'm going to add one more split of wood while we're here. Pull our pan out just to keep any dirty smoke off of that. Add in our lobster, some white cooking wine, coat the bottom of the pan, slide those in. Now we don't want to fully cook the lobster. Fully cooked lobster will be about 145 degrees Fahrenheit, but we do want to take advantage of our wood fire, helping impart some of that wonderful wood flavored aroma. So right around where we're at right now, 115 to 120, I think is a great time to flip these upside down and move into my favorite part of this cook. So the recipe calls for about 4 tablespoons of Pernod, but you can use a substitute. I'm going with whiskey. We're gonna add about 4 tablespoons and stand back for flambe. Well, that was a really anticlimactic flambe compared to Pernod, but you can still see a couple of flickers of the alcohol burning off. So we're gonna let that come to a simmer, and we'll add our heavy cream. So now we can add our table cream. I'm going for 15%. I found that the full 35% whipping cream is just a bit too heavy. Add this in, and we're gonna wait till it just starts to simmer, and we're gonna pull it off. All right, let's get this off. Add some salt, pepper, and our parsley. Add in some fresh cracked black pepper. Our parsley. Looks good, let's go fluff our rice. Okay, our rice is rested 10 minutes. So now we can hit it with our fork, start to fluff it up. Get some rice, a lobster tail, and we'll spoon over some curry. All right, my favorite part, the taste test. I've removed the tail just so I can get a piece of that lobster along with our curry. See how we did. Cheers. Wow, it is like a food time machine. I am immediately taken back 10-15 years ago to a beach in the DR and immediately surrounded by the sights, the smells, and everything that made that memory so special for me. And I hope if you try this meal that it starts a fond memory for you. You're absolutely going to love it. If you've got any questions about this meal or any other, be sure to check out the members live section where I go live once a month and can answer questions in a bit more of a real-time manner versus these pre-recorded videos. Otherwise, let me know what's on your mind down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to check it out as soon as I can. That's it for today though. I'm James from Smoking That Barbecue signing off. Remember, don't be afraid to fire it up. Now, where'd that go?